The story is that my grandmother's house was in Houston, Texas. My grandmother lived upstairs, and my two uncles lived downstairs with their families in the lower portions of the house. At that time, we were probably in 7th or 8th grade. My cousin was the same age as me. She had a habit. She never slept in the afternoon. When all of us kids came home from school and slept, she stayed awake. What she used to do was, she would go outside to buy small things. A little ahead of the street, after passing a few alleys, there was a small shop. She would walk there alone. Then something strange started happening. At first, she suddenly began saying that she was feeling very sick. She would say, "My health is getting worse. Something is wrong." But we thought she was just acting. Then, she started vomiting blood. We saw it ourselves. Sometimes, suddenly, her condition would become extremely bad. But still, we thought maybe it was something normal. Then suddenly, she started screaming loudly. She would shout, "There is someone who beats me, someone who scares me, someone who keeps hurting me." My aunt asked her, "Who is bothering you? What happened?" But she screamed so loudly that everyone in the house became terrified. Because her condition had become very bad, my mother was also staying there to help take care of her. So all of us were there in the house. When the attacks happened, her hands and feet would become stiff, completely stiff, like wood. We saw it ourselves. Her legs were completely rigid. She would cry and say, "Free my legs! Free my legs! She is twisting my legs! She is twisting my hands! She is beating me!" And she would say, "She asks me, 'Why did you tell your family about me?'" Every day the same thing happened. At any moment she would suddenly cry and say, "She is standing here, right here. You cannot see her. Her face is burned. She is a woman, and her face is horribly burned. She is standing right in front of you, twisting my hands, twisting my legs, and you people still cannot see her." Whenever this happened, everyone in the house started reciting prayers over her. After that, she would calm down. One day, something even more frightening happened. She was lying in my grandmother's room. Suddenly, she had another attack. Her legs became stiff again, as if someone was actually twisting them. She started shouting, "Look! Look! She is here! She is hitting me!" After prayers were recited, she slowly became normal again. My grandmother was lying next to her. Thinking everything was fine, the rest of us went downstairs. Only my mother, my grandmother, and my cousin remained upstairs. My cousin was lying next to my grandmother. My mother said, "I'm going to the other room for just a minute." Suddenly, my mother heard the sound of a very loud slap. She ran back into the room. My grandmother was sleeping and hadn't heard anything because she didn't hear well. My mother asked, "What happened?" My cousin said, "She slapped me." When my mother looked at her face, there were clear hand marks across her cheeks. My mother said she clearly heard the slap from the other room. These incidents continued again and again. Later, my aunt started asking her serious questions, because we still thought she might just be imagining things. But she said, "No, she beats me. She tells me to come with her at night." My mother asked, "How do you go outside at night?" "Because we lock the door, and everyone sleeps in the same room." She said, "She teaches me some words, a kind of chant, and after saying them, I pass through the wall, and then she takes me outside. We still could not believe it. Then she said something else. She gave me a locket. It has the symbol Om on it. My aunt asked, "Where is the locket?" She said, "It's a gold locket." She gave it to me and told me to wear it. If I don't wear it, she will beat me. She opened the cupboard and took the locket out. And it was real. A gold locket with the symbol Om on it. Then something even stranger began. Her clothes started getting cut by themselves, small cuts appearing on the fabric. My uncle later took her somewhere for treatment. My mother went with them in the car. My mother says she witnessed something shocking. When the car windows were closed, the symbol Om suddenly appeared on the car, written in red color. They wiped it away. Later, they took her to a religious scholar for help, but the problem still continued. Finally, another religious scholar was brought to the house. Before he even entered the room, my cousin started screaming. "She is here again. She is beating me. She is asking who is coming into this house." When the scholar entered the house, he did not look left or right. He walked straight to the room where my cousin was. In his hand, there was a knife. He started reciting prayers over it. Then suddenly, he struck the air with the knife. He could see something, but we could not. He followed it toward the bathroom. Inside the bathroom, he struck the air again with the knife while reciting prayers. Then he said, "It ran away." After that, the burned face entity stopped attacking my cousin. But later we learned something shocking. There were two entities with her. One, the burned face woman. The other, a good spirit. After the evil one left, the second one began appearing sometimes. Not always, but occasionally. That spirit would tell her things. While we were playing, suddenly she would say strange things. Once, while we were playing outside, she suddenly said, "Dig the soil in those flower pots." We asked, "Why?" She said, "You will find talismans there." We thought she was joking, but she removed the soil from the pots. And inside, there was a black thread with many knots tied into it. A talisman. Another day, she told my mother, "Call Uncle Robert. He is very worried. And tell him to check the roof of his house. Whatever he finds there, bring it to me." My mother thought she might just be guessing, but she called him anyway. He went to the roof. After some time, he called back. He said he found 3 talismans. 2 were black threads with knots, and 1 was wrapped in cloth and tissue paper, very old. He brought them to the house. My mother opened the old one in front of everyone. Inside the tissue, there was a piece of bone. There was also a little sand and dried rose petals. A strong fragrance suddenly spread in the room, like perfume, even though the object looked very old. My cousin looked at it and said, "This is very bad. Throw it away, or throw it into the ocean, so its effect ends." So we got rid of it. After that, the disturbances stopped. Later, she was taken for proper treatment. After a long time, she completely recovered. When we asked her about those events years later, She remembered nothing, not a single thing. But we all witnessed everything ourselves. It was one of the most frightening experiences our family had ever seen.